Good morning, good morning. We will talk to crypto and no nonsense. Don't filler. Crypto no filler.
If you didn't hear it first, it ain't real. It's only right to be real. Let's go. Are you ready to go live? This is Talk.Crypto. Broadcasting live from the Central Space Station. If you're in the stands, clap it up, clap, clap, clap it up. Let's get that token.
All right,
Today,
Mike, let's start this show today. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fantastic. I just arrived back in the U.S. I just touched down in Chicago. And
Very nice.
it feels real, man. It feels real. You know, people's lifestyle has changed over the past year, and it's a lot more relaxed, and I think it's great.
Nice. Well, welcome back to the United States. We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you back home. A lot's been going on while you've been traveling. Markets have been quite volatile today. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into our Bitcoin analysis, our Ethereum analysis, and what's going on with these altcoins. But first, let's get to Chris, aka, well, let's just say Chris. What's up, Chris?
Oh, lads, you're embarrassing. Get a grip.
All right, thanks, Chris, for that message. So welcome to Talk.Crypto. We're your hosts, Noah and Mike. I'm the Crypto Nomad. I'm coming at you from Miami, Florida at the moment. And I'm a analyst for altcoins and Bitcoin. I'm spending most of my day here doing research and preparing for my next investments. And I'm trading nonstop. I've got my 3 commas going, my 3 commas spot software going. And we're on top of this all day long. Mike, about you?
Yes, sir. My background is in computer science. I work on infrastructure, scalability, distributed systems. I'm currently working on a distributed search engine called Elasticsearch. So I'm more on the technical side of things. And just like Noah, I use the 3 commas bot software. I do yield farming. We're about to get into this mining game. So we're all over the crypto space, taking advantage of pretty much everything, every subcategory you can think of.
Yes, sir. So, Mike, let's get right into it with Bitcoin. Let's see. I'm pulling up the price chart at the moment, and Bitcoin is trading at 56,238. If you've been following our show, we have said in the past that we expect Bitcoin to take a small dip before it takes off. And
Yes.
Is this the dip? Is this the dip, Mike? I mean, I was thinking around 54 or 55. But we're at 56 at the moment. And I actually, this morning, if you're following our Discord, you'll notice that I posted on there the chart that said, buy the dip. And I took my own advice and I bought the dip this morning at about 56,000. Did I go too early, Mike? What do you think?
I think you went at exactly the right place. And the reason is, we've been talking about this, the upward ascending triangle on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. And right now that hovers between the 56 and the 59,000 range. So, if you're buying above that 56,000 range, we still think that's a safe place to buy, not financial advice, just our own analysis. And, once we dip below that 56,000 level and we sustain, a candle there, I think that's when it starts to get a little bit dangerous in terms of, further consolidation and further pullback. But at least as of right now, my level of concern is in the low range.
Is in the low range. Nice. So I know you've been waiting to buy back into Bitcoin. Are you going to make that move anytime soon?
I mean, I personally, full disclosure, I hold about a 15% position in Bitcoin right now as we speak. If you guys are holding Bitcoin, clap it up, clap it up.
Nice. nice. So, okay. So look, I mean, we've been talking about Bitcoin almost on a daily basis, and our analysis for it is that we're expecting to be in a consolidation period at this moment at around 56,000, maybe a little bit lower. I'm comfortable with Bitcoin going down to about 54,000, but I expect this month for Bitcoin to fly. I expect to see us above or somewhere, definitely an all-time high. And timing the market is actually quite difficult. So I'm not trying to time the market here, but I'm trying to give us some ideas, some zones, some trading zones that we can look at. So, one trading zone on a support level would be that $54,000 to $56,000 zone, and
Right.
a zone on the resistance level that I'm hoping for is around the $78,000 to $85,000 zone. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great zone. If we drop below the 54,000 level, I'm a little bit concerned on the weekly level, just because you'd be entering a lowered low. I want to see that daily uptrend continue. So as long as we're, that daily uptrend is still there, I'm still extremely bullish. And I think it's hard to bet against Bitcoin right now. It's the king. It's the reason that all the money is coming into this space. So if you're watching Link go up, if you're watching all these other tokens go up, Bitcoin was the original king, and it still is. So, it's hard to bet against Bitcoin.
Mike, I got the chart up right in front of me, the Bitcoin US dollar chart. And, I'm looking at past Marches. And typically past Marches have been bearish months for Bitcoin. But this past March, it was a bullish month. Our lows, our most recent low in March was higher than the low before that. And, I'm talking on February 28th, we hit a low on Bitcoin, and it's only been climbing since then. The low after that was on March 25th, but it was a higher low than our February 28th low. So, and we haven't reached another dip point since then. So, my question to you is, typically we can look at the past to make predictions on the future, but March has been an outlier as far as Bitcoin price action goes.
That's right.
So, so my question is this: are we looking at, possibly extending this bull run through April and then come early May to see that drawback, right? Because we are expecting Bitcoin to drop eventually.
Yes.
It's not going to, right? So when do you think this might happen?
I think it's going to be after another huge move up. I do strongly believe that, just because of the metrics that we've seen with a lot of people taking money off the exchange. I do believe that there's going to be another move up. And, with that said, after we do have that big move up, we get to the top of that ascending triangle that we're talking about. And for those of you that have not seen this pattern before, basically the vertical length of the triangle will be doubled. So that will be about a $21,000 move, or about 30 to 40% gain. So that's what I'm expecting in the next couple weeks here. And then following that, perhaps a bigger dip. We've got the 30-period weekly moving average at about 40K if we do make that move up towards the 70K range. And I do expect us to touch that at some point. So with that said, I do believe that if we do get to the 70, 80K range, we could see a 40 to 50% dip. Again, not financial advice, just my analysis. as
So
well as
you
that
would
of others.
recommend. So, I mean, set those stop losses, right, when we get up there, when we get up to those levels, so that you still can take profit and don't have to sweat the dip when we're looking at a 30-40% drop in Bitcoin. Our analysis says early May, but April we should be good. Now, of course, this is our analysis. We could be absolutely wrong. But we've actually done all right in this market, so take it for what it's worth. That's our analysis. I also want to say,
Absolutely.
Mike, that on a momentum scale, one thing that I'm looking at in Bitcoin is that momentum is currently flat, and I mean flat as in like it's undecided at the moment. We're not sure where the wind is blowing right now. It's anyone's game. Can the sellers win? Can the buyers win? And I'm looking at that, and I can see that we are at a point right now where the market is trying to figure out where Bitcoin is going to go. So like I said, we're in this consolidation period at the moment. Are we going to jump out of this consolidation period? Are we going to drop below this consolidation period? If we happen to drop below this $56,000 mark, which we were teetering with it earlier today, the next move down, the next support level is 54,000. And below that, I would say it's closer to 48,000. So these are the marks that, if you're trading Bitcoin right now and you're thinking, okay, where should I set my stop losses? One area would be around the $54,000 range. Another area would be around the $48,000 range, is places where you can set your stop losses so that you're not actually participating in that downward drop. But, personally myself, my stop losses are a little bit lower than that. I have a higher risk tolerance than some people.
Right. And the other thing to know here is if you are a long-term holder of Bitcoin, this is not to be concerned about. Like if you are stacking your Bitcoin and you're taking it and you're lending it, then you have this does not concern you whatsoever. If you aren't doing anything with your Bitcoin, meaning you're just holding it, why don't you think about staking it or lending it out? You can get extra APR on that Bitcoin, which is going to be huge for building up your future holdings. So
I mean, you're
if that's
getting
something
into DeFi.
yeah, exactly. If you're interested in getting into DeFi and taking advantage and doing more with your Bitcoin, send us a voice message and let us know that's something that you want to hear about. Moving on.
I think we should definitely talk about DeFi and yield farming. It's the next step after trading, where you can make extra money and also participate in this whole ecosystem of cryptocurrency and blockchain. If you're listening and you got an altcoin you want us to look at and tell you our levels, tell you if it's a good time to buy or not a good time to buy, send us a voice note. Let us know. We got our computers up in front of us. We have our indicator signals up in front of us. We can let you know what the market, how we're reading the market, and our opinion on your potential altcoin investments. I want to talk about one altcoin, Mike, that has kept me up at night. And I'm kind of thankful to get out of this. This is XLM.
Yeah.
XLM. Actually, let's go to this caller first, and then we'll talk about XLM. And if anyone out there has XLM or has ever invested in XLM, send us a voice note. Tell us how you're doing with that, because I had a nightmare with XLM, but it actually jumped up quite a bit yesterday, and I pulled out with a little bit of profit, but I got out of it because that thing's been a roller coaster. Anyway, Ricardo, what's on your mind?
I bought some Wink, ticker Win. Bought some of that. What do you think of that? Small altcoin.
Yeah, we actually covered Win on our previous show. And to be honest with you, Ricardo, I too bought some Wink today. I took a small, I took a small position.
I was considering it. I was really considering it. I'd have to look at the chart right now to see if it's in the midst of a pullback, but
No,
gambling.
No, it's not. It's just the opposite.
Damn.
Sorry, Mike. Keep going. I'll talk about the price
but I
action.
mean, gambling is a huge industry, and the cool thing about Wink that I found that was unique, other than, they have card games and, traditional like betting games, dice related games. They also have sports betting. So you can bet on sports matches with either Link token, TRX, which is the Tron native token, as well as BitTorrent. So people that are getting all these gains in Tron and BitTorrent and Wink, they can take those and they can go make further gains gambling potential. They have poker as well. So, I mean, look, I think it's a growing platform. It's definitely the biggest gambling platform that I have seen across any blockchain. So I think that gives it a lot of value for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about Wink. The token is WIN. It's a cryptocurrency. It's traded on Tron, right? On the Tron network.
I mean, you can definitely get it. You can get it on Binance. I have to check the exchanges to tell you, but you can definitely get it on Binance.
So
let's take a look.
About Wink,
it's down 20%.
It's down 20% from what? Yes, from April 21st. Is that? I'm sorry, from April
5th.
7th.
Yeah.
From April 5th.
Sorry, April 6th. So it's in a consolidation period. So I'm interested. I'm checking it out.
And for our listeners, consolidation periods are the best time to buy, right? You may love a token. You may find a cryptocurrency. You may read the white paper and say, this cryptocurrency, I get it. I love it. I want to be part of this. But when to buy is extremely important, right? So understanding the charts, understanding what a consolidation period is extremely important in knowing when to buy your cryptocurrency. So we're talking about Wink right now. We're talking about it's WIN is the ticker that you can check it up. You can pull it up on a chart if you're in front of your computer. And so I was looking at my chart earlier today, Mike, and I said, okay, I can see we're in a consolidation period. I can see that Win is dropping. And I picked some up at 0.0014 was the price that I picked it up at. I saw that as the dip, and I grabbed some. And since then, we've been climbing a bit. We're currently at around 0.0016 per token. And so, it's looking good. The momentum is on its side at this time. And I'm going to hold Wink until I see the momentum turn. Now, for me, this is a short-term investment. I'm swing trading at the moment. I don't plan on holding Wink long-term. I'm just looking for a quick in and out, make a quick $100 and keep my day going.
Hey,
so that's
a good move.
That's my plan with this. Ricardo, what's your plan? I mean, what are your levels? What are you looking at? I'll tell you, for me, I set a take profit I'm looking at a take profit at the most recent high is what I put it at. So that would be at about 18.5. So I bought in at 0.0014 and I put my sell order in at 0.00185. We're currently trading at around 0.0016. So, I think that this is going to be a couple hour investment for myself, and I'm expecting the coin to reach the most recent high, and I will pull out. However, if I see the momentum change, right? If I see the sellers are winning, right? This is a war between buyers and sellers. If I see the sellers are winning, I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna take my chips off the table, and I'm gonna sell, and I'm gonna get the money I earned. Maybe it's only $50, maybe it's $100, but I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna keep it moving. Jake, what's up?
Think about Ripple. Will it go up or will it go down?
Oh, Ripple, man! I know there's a Ripple gang here on
yeah.
Stereo.
Look, Ripple is moving, and I want to say this. There's been a little bit of positive news in terms of the proceedings of the case, but it hasn't been fully positive. So
Mike, I'm just talking about price. Let's talk about price action.
Yeah. Let's focus on price action. Okay.
Because we could talk about shit coins all day long, But
Right,
it's a
right.
matter of, but at the end of the day, we're just talking
Look,
about money,
I'm going to say this.
right?
I don't think it's a bad token at all. You know, I just think it's a difficult area to tackle because there's so many regulatory barriers
Right.
to overcome.
Right. But like I said, look, we could talk about the utility of these tokens all day long. That's for another show. Right now, we're just talking about price action. So, you know, if you got a token you want us to look at on the charts and give you some price action analysis on, send us a voice note. Let us know what it is. We'll get into it. Right now, we're getting into XRP. XRP. So, since about, let's see, I'm going to say about about an hour and 15 minutes ago, the momentum has changed on XRP for this moment. It looks like it's a buyer's market at the moment. The momentum is on your side if you are getting into XRP. A good point.
If you're on the daily chart.
Yeah, if you're on the daily chart. Look, I'm talking about short-term trading at the moment. So I'm looking at the 15-minute and the 1-hour charts. If we want to talk about long-term, that's different. But I'm talking, you know, on if we're looking to make some short-term gains here and make some take profit and some profit activated action, I'm looking at getting into XRP at about 94 cents. And for a short-term gain, I'm looking to get out at around just under $1, I would say. Now, that would be if I'm looking to play the game to just short term. If I'm looking on a daily chart, Mike, what do you think?
Look, it's really strong on the daily chart. Absolutely, there's been big moves up. But you know, it depends what position you're in. If you're in a position where you're trying to take profit and move that to other trades, you know, definitely consider taking profit. If you are a long-term holder and let's say you've got 100% of your portfolio in XRP, I mean, not financial advice, my analysis, I would want to diversify that, those funds. But you know, if you are a long-term holder, yeah, I mean, absolutely, just, you know, ride the momentum.
Yeah, I'm going to say this on XRP, Mike, because I'm just looking at the chart here and I'm looking at the history of the chart. I think that if you got into XRP in the past, sometime in February, now would be a good time to take some profits. And I would not enter into a new position in XRP just at this moment. I would wait for the consolidation, wait for the pullback. I think that pullback may be around at 80 cents a token. You know, my analysis, I wouldn't advise taking a position right now into XRP. I would wait for the pullback. Even though momentum is still on its side, I think we're going to be looking at a overbought position very shortly. And XRP is going to experience a pullback, which is going to be a great time to buy. So, you know, don't get those anxious fingers. Don't get those money fingers. You know, be patient. Wait for the consolidation period. It looks like on the daily chart, we are starting to enter a consolidation period, but I would wait to see a little bit more of a pullback before I commit any funds to XRP. Jake, what are your thoughts on XRP?
Back in December, when XRP was 17 cents, I don't think that anybody believed that it's going to be $1 this year. I guess like everybody was negative about XRP, and I am a long-term holder, and I am looking to hold an XRP till it's going to hit like $5. Do you think it's going to be possible, or it's just not possible? What do you think?
Well, I mean, Mike, I hear you laughing in the background there, but first of all, let me just say a few things. XRP was only at 17 cents, 16 cents a token for a very short period of time in December. So if you got in at that time, Jake, then great job. You read the market exactly right. You bought on the dip. And for an investment into price action, you're killing it. So, you know, awesome. However, can XRP reach $5? Oof. You know, that is that's kind of steep here. It's never, let's see. I mean, it's never reached that price before. So, and we have to look at the market cap. Mike, your thoughts on this? Mike, you still with us? I'm pulling up market cap of XRP to see, how far this can run.
If you're asking me if I think $5 is possible, well, you have to take a look at the dominance. What's the XRP dominance of the market, and what has that traditionally been between? Let's just do some simple math, and oh my God, to get $5, we'd have to get to a market cap of 100 billion. Is that correct?
Right. Well, it's
about 100 billion.
More.
Yeah.
More. Because the market cap is currently
200 billion. So, you're touching Ethereum. So, the market has to move up as a whole for that to happen, unless, somehow the market says, well, you know what, XRP is just as valuable as Ethereum, to which I would say, I'm a little bit skeptical on. I'm right. Exactly. I'm skeptical on the utility of the token, because if I am a holder of XRP, I want, one of the listeners that is educated in XRP to tell me, what can I do with my XRP token? Because, if I buy Bitcoin, I can stake it, I can lend it, I can peg it on the Ethereum network. I can peg it on Binance Smart Chain. There's so much stuff that I can do if I buy Bitcoin, but what can I do if I buy XRP? I'm not really sure.
Right. I mean, XRP definitely has a utility issue at the moment, but just on a price action issue, Jake and Ricardo, if you bought that coin at its low, and we're talking low 17, 16 cents, then, congratulations to you guys. You guys are the winners for the day. If you are listening to Talk.Crypto, send us a voice note. Tell us what coins you want us to take a look at, what coins you want us to do some quick analysis on. We got our charts up in front of us, so we're checking that out. We just went over WIN. We went over XRP. Mike, a token that I really want to talk about is XLM, the Stellar Network. This is, I got excited about stuff. When I first got into cryptocurrency, I was reading the Reddit boards. I don't go on them anymore. I was reading Twitter. I don't read Twitter cryptocurrency anymore. And I got into that whole FOMO. And the FOMO was centered around XLM. XLM was going to the moon. It was the next great shitcoin that you could get your hands on. And I'm telling you, I got wrapped up in that, and I bought some XLM. And I was holding a red bag for months and months on end. I wasn't happy about it. I don't like holding red bags. I'm in this market to make some money. I'm not in this market to hold on to shit coins. So yesterday, XLM had a breakout moment, and I definitely took full advantage of it. Let's see where it's trading at now. Yeah, exactly. So XLM hit a peak yesterday. Finally, of about 59 cents. About 50, anywhere between 55 and 58 cents. Its all-time peak was at 60 cents. And unfortunately, I had bought around that period before, thinking that, reading those Reddit boards, thinking, hey, we're going to go to the moon with this, apes to the moon. You couldn't be more wrong. So XLM went back into a very long consolidation period over a series of 2 months. And finally, it seems like it is going to break out. If you are looking to take a position in XLM, I would tell you this, that, right now momentum is on its side. We could be possibly looking at a breakout up to about 62 to 63 cents. But don't get those dollar signs in your eyes and think that XLM is going to go to $10. Okay, it's not. These are short-term gains at the moment that we need to take advantage of, and quick wins. is what I'm preaching. Is what I'm preaching today. Your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, so one thing that I do want to note very quickly is that the price action of XLM, not surprising, looks very similar to that of XRP. And of course,
Very
as we
similar.
know, in 2013, there was a split between the founders of Ripple. They had disagreements over the company's future direction. And so, we have XRP and XLM, which is, very similar. So, the price action looks very similar. It hasn't got above that peak that we saw back in 2017, going into 2018. And, if things go well with the XRP case, I expect us to get above that previous all-time high of, I guess it was like close to $1. Is that right?
For XRP, it was. For XLM, all-time high was around 60 cents.
No, the all-time high for XRP was somewhere in like the $2.50 range. I think it was something like that. And I remember I had a friend, one of my roommates, his brother owned a ton of XRP because he worked for Citadel, which is a big trading firm, and they had a very bullish stance on XRP and taking over a piece of the central banking system. So, of course, as we know that there's still some gray area there. We're still waiting on clarity to come from that settlement case. But as far as the way that these things are trading, yeah, absolutely, they're going up. We saw, when Bitcoin was consolidating a couple of weeks ago, we saw XRP starting to go up and going against the trend of the market. So, and Binance Coin as well. Binance Coin was consolidating very nicely when we dropped to 51K in the last couple of weeks on Bitcoin. So, we could have predicted this weeks ago if we were just watching the momentum like Noah and I do with our trading view indicators.
Mike, I want to say that all-time high for XRP was actually 384 back in 2018, January 2018, 3 years ago.
God, people think like we're going to the moon and like they never need to sell.
Jake,
it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Plenty of Stellar last year in October of 2020, and it made like 5x from that moment. Do you think it's gonna reach $1 this year, or the price is gonna fall down? What do you think about that?
Yeah, XLM, bro. I mean, I just exited all my XLM as soon as it hit 55 cents. It's a good question. I do see XLM and XRP possibly growing some more. The answer is this, actually, to your question. Tell me what Bitcoin does, and I'll tell you what XLM and XRP do. If Bitcoin is bullish and Bitcoin continues to grow, and we see a $70,000 Bitcoin, then yeah, I'm bullish on every altcoin there is out there. That's my analysis.
Yeah, I do absolutely agree with that. And as we noted before, if the market's going down, I'd rather be holding a token that has a lot of utility, like the Binance coin, for example, which is basically it's like Ethereum plus an exchange token plus other benefits. Personally, I would rather be holding that than XRP. Just especially with the current legal gray area, plus the fact that the token doesn't have any utility. I am concerned, if I were a holder of XRP, not financial advice, just my analysis.
Yeah, I just want to say this on Coinbase, and we'll get back to Jake in a second. Coinbase came out with news earlier today that said that in the first quarter of 2021, they reached $1.8 billion in revenue. That's right before they're going public on the NASDAQ, which is April 14th. So really good news for Coinbase right before their public release on the NASDAQ. And, this is going to have some serious effects, I think, for BNB and other exchange tokens out there. As we've seen, BNB continues to climb. It's reaching all-time highs. Everything is in a pullback today because Bitcoin's in a pullback today. But in general, we're seeing these altcoins and especially exchange tokens starting to hit some all-time highs, and so that's good news.
So you think that Binance coin is correlated with the Coinbase situation?
I mean, I think that it's an industry. I think they're in the same industry. Binance is bigger, and I think that there is a correlation between the two, and it really depends on how Coinbase performs on April 14th, 15th, and 16th. Is really, I think, going to have strong indication on how BNB, the Binance token, performs.
You don't think the fact that they had 3 times as many transactions as Ethereum in the last couple of days, you don't think that has any impact?
Are you talking about Binance?
Yeah. I mean, the amount of transactions that they've been having. I mean, compared to Ethereum, I think that's a huge. I think it's a step. I don't think. Look, I think Binance has a lot more utility than owning a share of Coinbase. If I want a share of Coinbase, I'm only getting the profits. If I own Binance token, I can do a lot more with that. I personally see holding the Binance coin as being more valuable than holding a share of Coinbase.
Yeah, look, Mike, I don't disagree with you about the transactions on Binance. The thing is that you're talking about the transactions on the Binance Smart Chain. You're talking about Binance as a whole ecosystem, and most people don't know that. Most people only know Binance as the exchange.
Right.
And so I think that as you get into this area and you start buying your first cryptocurrencies, and you realize that, holy cow, Binance is a lot bigger than I thought it was. It's not just an exchange. It's also they also have their own decentralized exchange. They have their own wallet. They have their own Binance Smart Chain where people can build their own applications off of. And it's growing. It's growing incredibly fast. Yes, when you take all that into consideration, I agree with you. Binance is a much better play than Coinbase. But we're talking about speculation. When we talk about investing, we're talking about what do you think? What do our listeners think? What do people out in investment land think? And they don't necessarily know yet Binance Smart Chain and all the applications that are built on top of it. They just know that I can buy Bitcoin off Binance. I can set up my exchange. I can unload my fiat money and set up and buy cryptocurrencies.
Right.
And in that small world, a lot of money is being invested into Coinbase for the same exact purpose.
Yes, I do agree that it is the gateway for fiat money to come into this market. I'm 100% with you on that respect.
Right. So, I mean, that's why I think that we're going to see a big gain here in Binance because, there are a lot of, let's say, I don't want to say uneducated, but there's a lot of ill-informed cryptocurrency investors out there that don't really know much about layer 2 or don't know much about DeFi, don't know about yield farming. They don't understand the difference between the Ethereum token and the Ethereum network. There's a lot more people like that out there than there are who are techies like you and I.
Right.
So when Coinbase goes public, I'm looking at those people and what are they going to do? And those people are going to say, well, I have 2 options. I can unload my fiat money onto Coinbase or I can unload my money onto Binance because those are the 2 biggest exchanges out there. Now, we know there's a lot more. But as far as the rest of the world out there, they just look at the top 2, maybe the top 3 players in the game. And, that's probably the safest way to go when you're unloading your fiat money. And when I say fiat, right, I'm referring to your US dollars, your euros, your yen, hey, did you bring any money back from Taipei, Mike?
I did actually. I have, I think I freaked out the immigration officer because when I walked up and he asked me, how much money you carrying with you? I said 10,000. And then he looked at me and I quickly said Taiwan. I said 10,000 Taiwan, which is about USD $400 equivalent. And I don't know if anybody's going to take my, I'm sure they will take my Taiwan dollar, but, hopefully I can get a good rate. What's crazy, Noah, is that the value of the Taiwan dollar when I first arrived in Taiwan, it was about 31 Taiwan dollars to one US dollar. And now it's like 28. So we're talking about like the value of the Taiwan dollar relative to the US dollar has gone up 10% in the last year. Insane.
Wow. Insane. I know Jake had some more comments on XRP, XLM. Jake, what's on your mind?
You also think there's a point of buying Bitcoin at this moment and holding it as a long-term asset? Because right now Bitcoin is around like $56,000. Even if it's gonna hit like $110,000, it's gonna be only 2x. So my question is there still a point of buying a Bitcoin as investment, or I'm already too late?
It's a good question, Mike. I have answers for this, but I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Right. So, I mean, look, Bitcoin is the largest network of all the cryptocurrencies, right? So this is what I was telling my mom this earlier. It's like, they're the most resistant to attacks. They haven't had any transaction reversals like Ethereum had back in, I think it was 2016. They had to reverse a transaction because there was a hack on Ethereum. And, Bitcoin is just, it's a strong network. Look, it's a great asset to hold. If there's, I think a lot of people would agree, if there's one asset to hold in this market that you're going to hold for like 10 years, it's gotta be Bitcoin. It's gotta be Bitcoin. Just because, Ethereum, like certainly they're the lead player in the DApp, the decentralized app market. But we, with the high transaction fees and the the slow rollout of Ethereum 2.0, that could really hurt some of their market share long term. We're starting to see increasing transaction volumes on Binance Smart Chain. But look, Bitcoin is the gateway to this market. People are buying Bitcoin and they're taking and they're doing things with it. So again, if there's one of these currencies to hold, it's Bitcoin. Like it's absolutely Bitcoin. So that's my analysis.
Yeah, look, I agree exactly with everything you said, Mike. But on his question, it was more like, should I wait now? Should I wait for the big dip? And by then, it's a question on what is your strategy, right? So, how married are you to this game? I'm married to the game. Okay, I'm on this every day, and I'm watching price action, and every day I'm making moves in the cryptocurrency market. So, like I said, I'm married to this, and I'm waiting. I'm expecting a big drop in Bitcoin, and every time Bitcoin goes up, I'm increasing my stop loss. I'm setting my new stop loss so that when it does start to drop a certain percentage, I'm out. And then I'm going to buy back in when it goes lower. And that's a strategy I take. Now, some other people may not be married to this game like I am. They might just be checking their wallets every week, maybe once a month. And those are long-term holders, and that's a good place to be in. One of the highest paid NFL athletes that I talked to is a guy that you may never heard of. And the reason why he's the highest paid NFL athlete is because he negotiated his contract, half of it to be paid in Bitcoin. So, there's never a bad time to buy if you're a long-term holder. However, if you're playing this market like I'm playing this market, if you're married to this game, then here's my analysis. 54,000 to 56,000 is a good time to buy. I'm waiting for a pump to 75 to 85,000. And then after it reaches around that point, it could go higher. I've heard good analysis than Mike and I think that it's going up to 100,000 by the end of this month. That's their analysis. They might be right, but people are expecting a big drop, a 30 to 40% drop in Bitcoin, and the time target for that is early next month. So, it depends on how you play this game. I'm in the short-term game. I'm looking at different price points, and every time when you can rest assured that when that drops to 54, I'm buying. Even at 56, I bought today. I added to my position in Bitcoin. So look, that's my analysis. It depends on how you're playing this game. Are you a long-term or are you a short-term holder? I'd be interested to find out. Let us know, Jake. What's your strategy and how you plan. In my mind, I imagine you're more of a long-term holder and you're looking for the right price point to get in. In that case, you might want to wait a few weeks and see if we're accurate on the big dip that is forthcoming. What do you think, Mike?
Like absolutely anything that we're saying, it's not financial advice. There's no reason to act on it. The best thing to do when you go and you consult your sources is to wait and see if they're right, if they're giving good analysis. So, if our analysis turns out to be true, then you can say, okay, well, maybe, I'm gonna dip my toes in a little bit and, take that analysis and do something with it. But I'm expecting the same as Noah. My price levels are pretty similar in my analysis. And, I'm looking for a big move in the next couple of weeks. I'm really expecting that. The more that we consolidate nicely like this, like right now we're at the 56.6K range, and, we're starting to move away from the 56,000 area. And this is great. I'm liking this price action.
Hey, if you're just joining us, this is Talk.Crypto. Today's show is Take Profit Activated. And if you got some coins that you want to get in, if you're looking at some investments in the cryptocurrency space, let us know what you're thinking. We're going to do some on-spot analysis for you. We're going to let you know some support lines, some resistance lines that you should keep an eye out for, when we think the dip may be and when we think you should sell. So, Mike, any other altcoins that you got that you're currently in a position in that we could take a look at?
So I'm currently holding a sizable position in Link, and actually my bot bought a ton of Link back in like February in like the $35 range, and I'm still holding it. So
that's a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nature of reality, and I could have sold and then bought lower, absolutely. But we've been kind of working on our tool set over time. And, I do want to put it out there that Chainlink has been added to the Grayscale fund. I'm not asking you to buy my red bags, but they've added them.
That's a big deal, though. That's a big deal.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. They're the biggest cryptocurrency fund. It's the only, ETF-like thing that I believe that you can access as a U.S. investor. You can hold it in your Roth IRA, which is crazy because you get those tax-free gains once you retire.
Yeah, and I would say about I'm not sure when Grayscale announced that. That would be very interesting because about 7 days ago.
1 day ago.
Oh, 1 day ago. That's interesting because about 7 days ago, maybe about 10 days ago, we saw momentum change in Chainlink that has been really not the best investment since February, when it took a huge dip on February 23rd. It's just been like in a consolidation period, and finally it looks like now at around March 29th did we start to see Chainlink turn around and break out. And so it's interesting that only a day ago Grayscale announced that. So we might see some more price action to the north on Chainlink because of that news that Grayscale added Chainlink to their cryptocurrency portfolio. Let's get to some of these calls here. S-Man, what's good, brother?
How much money are you making from this app?
How much money are we making from? I think he's talking about 3 commas from the 3 commas software trading bots. So both Mike and I use 3 commas as a way to supplement our trading. Personally, I have 3 types of strategies when it comes to cryptocurrency. I have my long-term strategy, which is my buy and hold. I have my swing strategy, my swing trading strategy, which is, I'm looking at dips and I'm looking at support lines and resistance lines, and I'm buying and selling on a daily, maybe weekly basis on some tokens. And then I have my passive investment strategy where I use bots. Currently I have about, I don't want to give everyone my numbers, but I have I have a 5-figure portfolio in my bots, and it's something that I don't actually watch every day. I let it run, I set my bots, and I walk away. I keep an eye on it. I go back every now and then and I check it out, but I trust that the indicator signals that I'm using to buy and sell my bots, to buy and sell my cryptocurrencies using this bot trading software is better analysis than necessarily I could do. And I pay for these indicator signals. So,
Right.
I'm going to pull one up right now. I'm going to tell you what kind of percentage return I'm getting on these bots. Let me pull one up. So this one here, I'm using the block party signals. You can check them out. They're a paid indicator for bots, and they actually have their own indicators that you can use on TradingView. So I'm using block party signals. Both Mike and I are testing them out for 3 months. We're closely watching them to see how their analysis goes. And I'm currently seeing a 15% return over the past month in block party. So,
Right.
and I didn't do anything for that. I just set my bot up. I allocated my funds and I walked away.
And this has not been a good month, for
Right.
trading altcoins. Like, I think honestly, unless you've picked specific ones, you probably kind of got burned. So one of the cool things about 3Commas is that you can blacklist tokens, or you can change the pairs that it will trade. So with the block party signals, you can say, okay, I only want to trade, this lot of tokens that you think is going to do well. And then you can see all the gains from that token. But basically you just set a take profit. I think this, anywhere from let's say 3 to 5%. And, somebody else is telling you how to set up these bots based on how they've tested it. So you can test against historical data, and then you can create the best setup using that information. So it's important to always go back and retest and look at recent data to make sure that you have the best strategy at play.
So I'm looking at, when I do bot trading, I mean, my goal, and I don't always reach my goal, but my goal is to get a return of 1% a day, right? So 7% a week, 30% a month is my goal. And, I didn't reach that in March. I only got 15% on this one bot. I had another bot running as well, so I'd have to average the two of them together to let you know what my total monthly return was on my bot trading. But, 15% a month is excellent when we compare to people getting, 3 to 5, maybe a great 7% return in the traditional markets, 15% a month. And those are annual returns typically. I mean, and 15% a month is excellent. So let's just, I think we should keep that in mind that, Mike and I aren't necessarily trying to shoot for the moon here. We're trying to build passive income responsibly.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important point to get across, that, you could do, I understand cryptocurrency is high risk, but you could do it in a responsible way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, for example, if I go back and look at my chart for Bitcoin, I can see that our indicators told us to go long back in November, told us to open up a long position on the monthly chart. And now we're starting to see that, actually, Noah, this is our first red candle on the monthly chart. Of course, we're been consolidating just this past week a little bit, but it's interesting that this is the first red candle on the monthly chart that is starting to form right now. What do you think about that?
I'm pulling that up right now. Let me pull that up right now.
Yeah, check it out, because and
it's concerning to me, actually, to be honest.
We will have discount codes for these indicators. If you guys do find them helpful, we will do lives on YouTube in the future, make sure to go click one of our faces and go subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we will be doing lives and showing you the charts that we're looking at. Our indicator told us to go long in November, and we're seeing the first red candle on the monthly chart. Doesn't mean we're going down, but it does mean that, as of right now, we are consolidating. Of course, that could change in the future if we do see a big move up.
Yeah, I pulled that chart up, Mike, and I see what you're saying, but I'm just going to say this. We're in the first 7 days of April. So it's kind of early to tell on this candle for the monthly chart on Bitcoin, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Let's go to Zensei. Zensei, what's up?
As far as swing trade strategy, do you think Bitcoin will dip back to the low 50,000s? I made a good chunk of change, maybe like 10-12% on the last dip, and then the flux up. I'm thinking I'm a little bearish before I'm bullish right now, guys.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I don't know if we're going to get down to that $50,000 line, but and I'm pulling up the daily chart for Bitcoin, I can definitely see us touching 54. And the reason why I pull up 54, let me see here. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just pulling up my
swing low.
Go ahead, Mike.
Is that the most recent swing low that you're looking at?
No, the most recent swing low is 50. Right. So and we had a support line at 54. So, and now that we've passed that support line is I'm sorry, we had a resistance line at 54, and now that we've passed that, it's turned into a support line. So, that's why I'm thinking I'm going to be worried if we drop below 54. If you were to ask me a week ago, I would have been worried if we drop below 48. So, I think that we are in a bullish momentum at the moment. However, I am expecting a further consolidation between the 54 and 56 level, and I'm excited for a breakout in April. And that, that's what I'm thinking, Sensei, is that we're going to look at a breakout in the next week or two. We're going to consolidate for a few more days and then break out. How's that? You were talking about an ascending triangle forming on was it the monthly chart or the
weekly chart?
The weekly chart. Yeah, let me pull that up and let's see how this triangle looks. Yeah, I mean, it's still a strong ascending triangle that I see here, and yeah, I think that we are. Look, if the past is any indication of the future, we're looking at a 20 to 40% jump in the near future. But the markets have their own way of doing things, and it doesn't necessarily have to go that route. But I like to base my decisions off of patterns I recognize in the past. Let's see here.
But I will say that the daily chart does not look strong right now, and the reason that I say that is we had a swing low on April 3rd of 56.5, and now the wick has gone below that 56.5 level. So from a daily chart, we actually are a little bit bearish. So I do want to point that out. As a level of concern. Of course, I'm the same as you.
But
I think
it's still in my zone though. Even though that wick dropped. I mean, my zone is 54, 56, and I can see that the momentum right now is swinging more to the seller's market, so more of a bearish momentum on the daily chart. I could, and it may be growing, but I don't get worried. I'm not going to get worried until we drop below 54.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah. That's my analysis. Jake, Your thoughts?
I'm actually a long-term holder, and I'm looking to hold many coins like XRP, XLM, even Bitcoin in a long-term period. I'm looking to hold XRP in years, not only this year. Like my plan is XRP to reach like $5-6 by the 2023, maybe 2024, and in that moment I'm probably gonna sell. But I hope by that time is gonna be the price of XRP is gonna be higher, the price of XLM is gonna be higher, and even the price of Bitcoin is gonna be higher. Like, I'm not holding my money only on 2-3 walls. Like, I also have many investments on Uniswap. I also have money.
Yeah.
Clap it up for Jake.
Yeah, Jake. I mean, definitely diversify, but I just want to say this one thing. I mean, you're definitely taking a long-term view, which is great, and you should have that long-term strategy model when investing. However, I just want to point out that all of these altcoins, all of these projects, they can't win. Okay, there's going to be a few players in the whole blockchain network service, right? We're looking at things like Ethereum, and we're looking at things like maybe Flow, because they're involved highly in NFTs. There's only going to be the top exchanges, even on the decentralized exchanges, that are going to be winning, like maybe like a Uniswap. So I think that as this market continues to grow, which it will continue to grow, the whole blockchain industry is only going to explode even more. We're going to see some big players pull ahead of the rest, and and they're going to be the top 2 or 3 in this industry in each segment that we're talking about. So, just be aware of that not every coin out there is going to be a winner.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I think it's important to note that XRP and XLM have some similarities. So, and does it really make sense to bet on both of them? And we talked about utility as well. What's the utility value that you get by holding that token? I don't know that there's any utility.
And I actually want to throw this at you, Jake, too. That if you're planning on holding long term, you might want to look into some decentralized finance options, either on Ethereum or on the Binance Smart Chain, where you can actually stake your tokens and earn some extra interest. You can continue playing in the upside of the value of that token, and you can also earn some interest on that as well. I've done that with a few of my tokens. I've been very happy with the interest I've been getting, on top of the added value that I'm getting when the token increases in value. And I know, Mike, you've been big in this whole DeFi area. You actually taught me about DeFi.
Yeah, I've been. We've been doing a lot of experimentation, and you can follow all that experimentation on our YouTube channel. So if you go to our YouTube channel, we're going to put the podcast episodes up there. We also have a channel on AIOZTube, AIOZ.tube, and you can get paid for watching our videos in the AIOZ token. So if you would prefer to go there, look up Talk.Crypto on AIOZ.tube.
Yeah, and I mean, Mike, we talked about this in our last show. I don't know how much we want to get into it, but I mean, you just mentioned Web 3.0 and how Web 3.0 is going to revolutionize the internet, right? I mean,
100%.
right now, if I go and watch our videos on YouTube, I'm going to learn something, but no one's going to pay me to watch my video or, your video. However, if I go on AIOZ.tube, I can actually make some money while watching videos.
Huge.
I can earn those tokens, and I can so like, for example, if you don't have any Bitcoin at the moment and you're just tuning into our show and you're like, well, I don't have any money and I don't know how to buy Bitcoin without money. I'm telling you right now how you can buy Bitcoin without money. You can go on to AIs, you can watch videos, same videos you normally would be watching mindlessly on YouTube. You can earn money for watching videos, and then you can go and trade your AIs tokens for Bitcoin. and you just earned Bitcoin without changing your lifestyle one bit.
And we'll teach you how to do that on our YouTube channel. Show you how to swap your AOS token on PancakeSwap. We will be having an upcoming video on that. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel to get all the swoop on those passive income strategies.
Definitely. Let's go to our next call. LB, what's good, LB?
You fucking...
All right. Burger Dog, all beef.
Hey, what about the guy from Ethereum when he started the company? He came out and had that press conference that's on video of him basically saying that it is a security and not a token. You think the SEC is going to do something about that? I think they should, since he's the guy that started the whole lawsuit against XRP. So how much room does Bitcoin have to grow? Like, what is the maximum going to be? Because if it goes up to like 70,000, it's not much profit there when it's already 50-something, right? You're only going to make a little bit of money. If you put like 500 in, what's the most you'll get after a year? Like maybe 1,000, a couple thousand at the most. But yeah, you guys are still shilling for that Chinese coin, huh? XRP all the way, buddy.
We've gotten callers calling in before, but look, it has nothing to do with shilling for a Chinese company or anything. Bitcoin is the most developed network. It's the most resistant to a 51% attack. XRP is not. XRP is centralized, and for that reason, they've gotten some hit. And XRP has no utility. If you can tell me that it has utility, please go for it. I would love to hear how XRP, I can do something with that token other than just hold it.
Yeah. And getting on, and I agree with you, Mike. We can talk about XRP all day long. We actually have in other
we just want one listener to tell us why XRP has more utility than Bitcoin, why XRP is a better store of value than Bitcoin.
But I want to talk about Ethereum because he mentioned a good point on Ethereum, and he's talking about, it's a security. And I just want to point this out with Ethereum. I like to think of Ethereum as a network, right? It's a critical network in the blockchain space. It's so critical that 95% of all applications on blockchain, all centralized applications are built on the Ethereum network. I mean, there aren't many other places. Look, I think of it as like blockchain as a service, right? BaaS. We talk about, we hear this word all the time, Mike, BaaS, blockchain as a service. And why is Ethereum so important? It's important because it's a platform in which developers can create applications. So if I'm a developer and I want to create a decentralized application, at first I got to create my own blockchain. That is not an easy thing to do. I need to get liquidity to my blockchain. That's not an easy thing to do. However, if I could just piggyback off of Ethereum's blockchain, which is what 95% of the developers in this market has already done,
yes,
that makes my application to get to market all that faster. So, we could talk about whether we like Ethereum as a exchange token, but really the real value in Ethereum is that it's a service. It's a service of which I can build a decentralized application on that already has liquidity in it. So you can hate it as much as you want, but I don't think Ethereum is going anywhere. And I think in the future, we're only going to see a few blockchains that are going to be the majority. And if I had to put my money on it, I would say it's Ethereum and I would say it's Flow.
But look, I do want to, we've been talking about this a lot, about alternative blockchains to Ethereum. And, I'm not really interested so much in Cardano because that's not something I can use right now. But I'm looking at Binance Smart Chain. I'm looking at Matic Network. I'm looking at Tron. Okay.
Right.
Networks that are live right now, and I can go host my decentralized app on them. And, I'm looking, for some of the market share potentially to go there. TRX has, proven themselves to focus on the gaming side of things. So I'm interested in that. Matic,
right.
I want to see Matic, the transaction fees are like pennies. So, I'm interested to see what they can do in the DeFi space on Matic. And Aave, which is, top 20 crypto, they've just announced their move to the Matic network. So that's a rabbit hole that both Noah and I are going to go down eventually. And look, I do see that a lot of opportunity for people to take market share from Ethereum, the more that they're in this vulnerable position of these high transaction fees.
Yeah, but Mike, I'm going to tell you, I want to say this on what you just said. I agree that there are some really exciting blockchain projects that we need to keep an eye on. However, there is no question in my mind that Ethereum has cornered the market on decentralized finance, right? And I know Binance Smart Chain is in this market as well, but Binance Smart Chain is in this market in a small way compared to Ethereum, right?
I don't
Ethereum
think.
is
Look. Ethereum has $50 billion locked up. Binance Smart Chain is in the 22, 23 last I checked billion locked up. They have more transactions. They've had more transactions just within the last few days than Ethereum. I'm just saying, don't get too happy on Ethereum because of the high gas fees. I do think that there's space for competitors. More people are launching on the Binance Smart Chain that have been running their dApps on Ethereum, and it's easy, right? Because they're the same network. And I just want to draw your attention for the list. Yeah, hold on. For the listeners, I just want them to recognize that there are alternatives over ETH that are live. Cardano's not live, so that's why I just be cautious and do your research.
One data point that I would like to look up, I don't know it off the top of my head, is what is the average transaction size on Ethereum versus the Binance Smart Chain? And I would argue that Ethereum is pulling in the bigger players in the market, the institutional players in the market that want to get into blockchain, whereas Binance Smart Chain is pulling in the everyday guy. And, the everyday guy, is looking for smaller transaction fees. I agree. I am too. It's why I would do liquidity mining or liquidity farming on Binance Smart Chain over Ethereum. But if I was a big institution and I had a lot of money, I probably would go to Ethereum before I went to Binance Smart Chain.
I agree with you because I just want to, point out that the decentralized apps that are on Ethereum are much more mature than the ones that are on Binance Smart Chain. However, there is an opportunity for them to move over to Binance Smart Chain. But I do agree with you that the big investors are going to the Ethereum network, and that traffic ticket of $17, $20 is not a big deal for them. If they're investing even if a few $1,000s per transaction, I don't think it's as big of a traffic ticket. Now, I do want to say that, if, we combine Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain has a third of that market. So that's not to be discounted, and it's growing. So I do just want to point that out, that other chains are coming in and they're taking advantage. Ethereum's kind of just vulnerable. It's like a turtle on, the backside of its shell. It's a little bit vulnerable right now.
Everybody's gunning for him. Everybody's gunning for the top guy. That's the position you're in when you're in the lead, right? You're the guy to beat in the playground. Is the number one guy, and Ethereum is that right now. But
I don't really care about Ethereum. I just want something that's usable. I don't care. I don't care about Ethereum. I just want something that I can use.
I would just caution other blockchains from trying to get into the Ethereum space, which is the DeFi space, because a network like Flow, who's excelling in gaming and NFTs, should focus on gaming and NFTs and not try to get into DeFi. Is all I'm saying. Is differentiate, because competing with Ethereum might not be the smartest move in growth.
I just want to say one more thing, and then we'll move on and probably wrap up the show here in a little bit. but there is going to be room for other players. There is going to be other ecosystems that are going to have potentially benefits over Ethereum. And I think we're going to see that happen as the DeFi space matures. It's not just, exclusive to Ethereum. Anybody can kind of do it. But what's the right ecosystem, right? Like if you go into Binance, you have BNB. So BNB is kind of your base currency for the Binance Smart Chain, the same way that ETH is your base currency for the Ethereum network. So, there's always going to be room for new players. I to a small extent, and we want to see that growth happen, right? We don't want to speculate. We want to actually see that growth happen, like what's happening with the Binance Smart Chain, before we come out on the show and say, hey, we're looking into this network.
Definitely. Let's go back and forth with our guy Burger Dog and his China coin.
Bitcoin is proof of work, is what
it is.
The price is based on, right? Proof of work. It's like getting paid before you go to the job. Don't make no sense. It's mined in China. It's bad for the environment. It can only move 9 per second. XRP moves 1,500, and XRP doesn't have a value because it's whatever you put on it. It's a bearer bond. It's a utility. It's a true utility token. It always has been, and the rest of the world is already running on Ripple. If you don't know the answers to those questions, maybe you shouldn't be telling people to invest in what.
Well, honestly, you're okay. So, the proof of burden is on the person that makes the positive claim. So we didn't make any positive claims about XRP. We are asking, like, what is the utility of XRP? So if you want to come on the show and promote XRP, you need to make the case for it, and you need to provide what the utility is. That's how it works.
And what did you think about? He keeps saying that Bitcoin is the China coin just because it mines a lot of it. Keep in mind that Bitcoin's
okay. Let's keep it real. So a lot of the stuff that you buy is manufactured in China. So don't think that Bitcoin is the only thing. There's a huge population in China, and there's a huge hardware market there. So is it surprising that they have a lot of Bitcoin miners? Absolutely not. It's not surprising at all. But just keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that you own is made in China.
Like your phone.
There you go. The thing that you're talking on is made in China. So maybe we should all stop using technology if we don't want to promote China. Now, okay, the emission thing, I'm with you on that. I think that cryptocurrency has to become a lot more green because we're sucking up a lot of energy, and a lot of the energy is coming from coal and stuff like that. So look, I'm 100% with you on the green side of things. There's no debate for me there. I'm with you. I just don't know that XRP is the answer to that. I really just want to hear the utility. I'm not really, educated on how XRP will provide utility to token holders.
We got a Humble Lion here, and Burger Dog, we're going to get back to you in a minute, but the Humble Lion, he's eager. He's got something to say. What's up, man?
Well, Google Ripple versus Ethereum, and you read the stats for yourself. It'll tell you exactly how much better it is. It's 1,000 times better and cheaper than Bitcoin and Ethereum.
There's a lot of chains that are cheaper than Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I am not a proponent of Ethereum. If you asked me honestly, would you rather hold Ethereum or Binance Coin? I would rather hold Binance Coin. Now, some people may hate on me for that and say like, oh, Binance copycat, blah, blah, blah. So what? They are providing cheap transaction fees now. And the token has more utility than that. You get 25% off trading fees. You can enter launch pools. There's so many different utilities for the Binance token. And that's why
Mike,
I'm a firm believer in it.
I think we've woken up the XRP gang here. Let's see.
Right. And you know what? That's cool. I'm really interested to hear what the utility of the token is because I haven't heard that yet. So let's keep playing the messages.
About all the central banks around the world that are already using the Ripple blockchain?
Dude, I don't care. Look.
No gas prices either.
Until you tell me what the utility of XRP is, I have no attachment to it. So I'm a software engineer, and the team that I was working on previously, one of the guys was a big XRP holder. And look, if you bought any token in March 2020, I mean, if you just would have put a chimp in front of a computer and said, "Hey, can you click one of these tokens and buy one for me?" You would have made money. You would have made money, bro. Come on. There's nothing special about XRP in against the entire market. And I'm just waiting to hear that, like boom, boom, boom. Like, what's the utility of XRP?
Hey, well, maybe the Humble Lion's got it. Humble Lion, XRP, what is it?
Wait, so the stuff we buy in China at the dollar store and in Walmart is really good, high quality shit, or what? Should we buy the
that's
motorcycle
not
with a
the
Leaf on
point,
engine, or should we go to the Harley Davidson?
Yeah, that's not the point, Humble Lion. You know that's
the
not
phone
the
that is
point.
that you need a new one every year because it's fucking planned obsolescence. Oh yeah, and there's no chips soldered in between the chips in your fucking phone that are recording you either. Don't look that up either, by the way. It's dumb. It's conspiracy.
Oh man, okay, Burger Dog.
XRP is a utility token. It's not a currency. It's like a bearer bond. You guys you're that confused about it? Come on, man.
We're asking you what the utility is, and you keep saying it has utility, but you haven't told us how it has utility. We're just asking you a simple question.
Oh, you're getting Mike upset now. Come on, Burger Dog.
Well,
but is Ripple
question.
The blockchain that all the central banks are already using and the Asian market already uses and is going crazy about, and no one can understand why the U.S. isn't using it yet? I'm just saying. I'm on your side too, man. I want us to all be rich, but Bitcoin's not the way. And Doge is just a shit Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a shit coin that's a communist regime that doesn't like our country and wants to topple our economy. They want to be the world leader, the world power. Look at what they do, not listen to what they say.
I agree with you on Dogecoin. We've said on this show repeatedly, Dogecoin has no utility. The creator has sold out of his entire Dogecoin position and telling people, don't buy this token. It has no utility.
We agree on Doge all day long.
Yeah. We've already asked. Yeah, we've already asked. What's the utility of XRP? How does it provide benefits to its holders other than banks start using? So if I'm buying it because I'm betting that banks are going to start using it, but to my understanding, the banks are not actually buying and trading XRP.
They're using the Ripple network, right?
Yes, they're using the Ripple network, but I don't know that they're actually buying XRP. That's what I'm looking for clarity on the utility of the token. Forget who's using it or who's buying it. I just want to know what can I do with my XRP?
Jake, bring us down to earth here, man. I know you bought XRP. You've been holding it for a while. Please, Jake, tell us something good.
Right now, many banks started using XRP because they understand that it is cheaper and it has a future, and the transactions with XRP are way faster than with Bitcoin. That's the fact. I'm not making it up. You can search it up. Sending money, making any transactions with XRP is way faster than with Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could do the same thing with BNB though.
Let's hold on though, because we have to understand why it's faster. So, one of the things that you have to remember is that, to validate all these blocks, all these transactions that are coming through, that obviously that takes time. And if we have a ton of nodes like we do on the Bitcoin network, the transactions are going to be slower for that reason. Like, it's more decentralized than XRP. So there's always a trade-off between the scalability and the security of the platform, confirming all of those block transactions, being resistant to 51% attacks and so forth. There's always a trade-off in terms of transaction speed. And I think that's something that's really important to note for anybody that's coming from that angle. So, we want our money to be secure, just as we want, like, does it matter if I'm using Bitcoin as a store of value and I'm not transacting with it every day? Does it matter what the transaction speed is? Not as much. So it just depends how you're using it. And, Bitcoin has come a long way since 2017, deploying the SegWit improvements that have decreased the transaction fees and increased the transaction speed. You kind of have to understand why all these institutions are investing in it. And again, it's the most secure, it's the most resistant to attacks. They've made continuous improvements on it. So, it's no wonder why Bitcoin is the one.
Humble Lion, keep it going, brother. Why should we invest in XRP? What's the utility? Tell me why.
All right. Explain exactly what you want to know. You keep saying, what's the utility of it? The utility of it is the ability to move currency from one country to another on pennies on the dollar. Here's a couple things about it. Bitcoin is publicly owned. XRP is private. Approximately 1 hour, depending on the fee, is how long the transaction takes. XRP and Ripple is 3 to 5 seconds. Average transaction cost is $40 for Bitcoin. It's 0.004 cents for XRP. Approximately 10 transactions a second. XRP is 1,500. Energy cost is approximately 250 kilowatt hours. The XRP is minimal, minor, it says. Proof of work, consensus is the algorithm. The coin supply raising to 21 million cap by 2140, almost every.
So, Mike,
one thing I do want to know is you cannot publicly run a node of XRP. So, that's where it differs from Bitcoin. Is it's not fully decentralized. Like, I can't just start running an XRP node on my machine here and join the network. So,
and not only that, Mike, but Mike, I just want to say that it sounds like people are trying to fit Bitcoin in an XRP box, right? No one is saying that you should be using Bitcoin as a way of transferring money, across borders. It's a store of value. So, XRP, you're saying that the utility of XRP, which is a private company, it's a private, it's not a public blockchain. We don't necessarily see what's going on in that network.
Let me also add on to that, the whole cross-border thing. So I can send Bitcoin across borders. How is it different from XRP? XRP is, considered a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. So how is the regulation different between XRP and Bitcoin that makes XRP more valuable? That's what I want to hear, is like, why is XRP more valuable than Bitcoin? They're both cryptocurrencies, so regulation-wise, you can imagine them pretty much being treated the same for the most part. I can set Bitcoin across, cross-border transaction, and again, it's a store of value.
Well, Mike, someone, an XRP gang is going to say, well, time, right? It takes 14 minutes for a transaction on Bitcoin. It takes seconds, and energy. It takes more energy to mine Bitcoin than it does XRP. So, that would be the pushback against your statement just now.
Okay, fine. Maybe there's a different use case for XRP, but I don't understand what having XRP gets us, because it's just it's a cloud computing money system. It's owned by a centralized entity. You can't run public nodes. In order for the network to become stronger, Ripple Labs has to set up more nodes. If I'm incorrect about any of that, go ahead and correct me. But I don't see how XRP differentiates itself that much from any of these other tokens. And I don't see the ecosystem supporting XRP. That's like I'm looking at the DeFi space, and when I go and look at stuff that I can stake and and so forth. I'm not seeing XRP there.
Yeah, why would XRP there if I can't even, run my own node and secure my own transactions in my own network?
Right. I can't process my own transactions. I have to do everything on the XRP network. So it's like Ripple Labs owns XRP. It's not like the holders of XRP really get anything other than, if there's one token in the top tokens that you could argue is a security, I would say it's XRP. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but again, I don't feel like it has any utility. It's not decentralized. That's the big thing, is it's not decentralized. It's owned by a centralized entity, which is Ripple Labs.
Right. We got a lot of comments here. Humble Lion, let's hear what you got, brother.
Yeah, yes, they are. Well, look at all the top investors. They dumped their Bitcoin. That's what that spike was. They all started buying XRP. You notice it's over $1 now, and it hasn't really gone down past 93 cents, I believe, is the low in recent times. Bank of America is going to be the Bank of America, the central bank, and they're going to use Ripple and XRP to transfer currency from country to country, central bank to central bank. So they don't want us to own it. It was never intended for the retail market, but they have to have it because you can't mine any more of it. So the price is going to be whatever the fuck you want it to be. If you don't want to sell it for $1 million, you don't have to. But guess what? You can sell it for whatever the hell you want. I mean, it sounds crazy.
So it's a security
on it, but I made 5,000 yesterday on it. So made nothing on Bitcoin because I fucking sold that shit.
I mean, I think you really need to. There's a difference between price action and utility.
Yeah, I mean, also it sounds like you're kind of trading it as well, which that's a different stance. I would say don't, for the average person in this market, don't be too married to any one token because things can change over time, like we saw with the XRP legal case. And if something comes out with that, and I don't want to talk about ifs. But yeah, I mean, if you're trading this token, you're doing well. But I think it's a different conversation to talk about the long-term utility of XRP. I think that's a different conversation than just simply trading it. And if you're talking about trading XRP, yeah, I mean, you're doing great. But that's certainly a different conversation than talking about XRP and how it fits into the crypto
world.
The crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, and we could go back and forth on XRP all night. We don't want to. So if
we've had this before. I think it's great because look, we're both, like, everybody that's listening to this conversation is learning something about XRP. So clap it up for Humble Line for providing his analysis. We're always interested to hear more long form conversations of what you guys think.
Bitcoin and Ethereum both came out when they first started and sold it as a security. 18 million they sold to retail investors, and it was backed by nothing. You gave money, and they said they promised that they were going to have Ethereum tokens. And look, they're already on Ethereum 2.0, and XRP Ripple already has 10 years worth of improvements already programmed in the system. They don't have to do shit for it for 10 years.
I don't think that there's an argument to be made here that between Ripple and Ethereum, simply because Ethereum has 95% of all decentralized applications built on their network.
Yeah, totally different markets.
Completely different. I don't think that's even an argument that should be even discussed, because when we're talking about decentralized applications, when we're talking about Web 3.0, I mean, Ethereum currently has that market. Ripple is a private company.
Right. So, I mean, if I'm buying XRP, I'm betting on the value of it.
He's the new head of the SEC.
Sorry, Mike.
What do you think he's going to go after next? The SEC hates all digital currency because they can't screw the public on it. Gary Gensler does not like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff because he's not a communist, and he knows that it's worthless. It's got nothing behind it. I mean, who the fuck is Satoshi? Is that somebody's name, or is that an anagram for all the major corporations in the world? I don't know. Maybe somebody should look it up. I'm not going to because I'm lazy.
That's really interesting. I'm not informed on that. I'd be curious about that. I mean, of course, I'm sure we could come up with a list of corporations that fit all of those letters. So, I mean, this sounds like some rabbit hole,
Conspiracy.
What is it? 5G antennas coming out of, our sides talk. So I just look, if I'm trading XRP, all good, like all systems go. If we're talking about the utility and how it fits into decentralization, I think that's a completely different conversation. And I mean, I just feel like if I'm buying XRP, I'm kind of speculating on the price that more people are going to use it as a cross-border payment system for the reasons that you mentioned. And, there's just, that doesn't really give them a competitive edge.
Burger Dog, you're back. What's up, man? What's on your mind? I'm sure it's XRP.
Yeah, I didn't even get into it really. I mean, it's definitely going to shape the economic future, but it's I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't have a show right now. All right, what about this? I'll sell you a Corvette that gets 1 mile per gallon and has a top speed of 155, or I can just give you an airplane and say I'll pay for all the gas to be free. What are you going to do? You want an airplane or you want a Corvette that burns fossil fuels and is slow as fuck? Oh, there's a Bitcoin logo on the side of the Corvette, by the way, and has a Leaf-on engine in China, so don't plan on getting any for.
You know what? I'm gonna say, like, from that aspect, you probably have a point that it's more palatable for the environment, perhaps. But I think that that perhaps applies to a lot of different tokens. But I just see people look. I just see people dumping it. I just see if.
But Mike,
a
I'm
legal
gonna say,
case.
isn't proof of stake a more eco-friendly way of mining?
Yes, because
So
the proof of work requires a lot of electricity to solve the problem.
And aren't a lot of cryptocurrencies moving to proof of stake mechanisms for mining and not proof of work?
Yes.
So I don't understand. I mean, you can argue till your face is blue that Bitcoin is not green, which we all agree, but the market is moving more towards a proof of stake mechanism for mining. So, that they're moving in a green way.
I'm looking at the coin market cap page, and I'm looking for something that I can associate with a utility, and it's telling me less costly, more scalable alternative to Swift. How do you store XRP? You can store XRP in exchange, or you can store it in a cold or hot wallet. I don't see anything here about utility, of the token, other than I can use it as payment. And maybe that's a use case. But I just think that you can do that with Bitcoin.
Yeah, you could do that with a lot of different coins. I mean, you could do that. So I don't really see. I mean, what's the difference with me using my BNB as a currency to send to people?
Yeah, send it to your wallet.
It costs me less than 5 cents. It's almost instantaneous.
Look,
maybe 20 seconds.
Binance Smart Chain is like, I'm not trying to pump Binance Smart Chain. I'm just saying I've been using it. Like, if I bought XRP, I wouldn't actually use it because I cannot. But if I buy BNB and I send it to myself on the Binance Smart Chain, I literally press the button, and then within like 10 seconds, it pops up in my wallet. So to me, that meets my needs. I don't feel the need to jump to something else like XRP to meet the need of having fast transactions.
Listen, I want to bring the temperature down a bit. Okay, we got Spirit Bear in the house.
We got a ton of messages. Yo, let's start.
Hold on, Mike. I want to bring the temperature down a bit in this XRP. I swear to God, Spirit Bear, if you bring up XRP, Oh, I swear to God, my brother. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up, Crypto Nomad and Alpha Key? How you doing today? I don't know if you guys heard about that XRP. They got, they won their court case. I'm about to buy some of that as soon as I can. It's at a good price right now too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. God help us.
I'm checking XRP news right now just to see,
Let's keep going. Oh, Spirit Bear. Oh, okay.
Whatever you send has to be transferred to fiat currency. That's the whole point. But the market cap volume of it's the market cap is 42.67 billion in XRP. So what is Bitcoin? I don't think it's quite that high, but I think it's 21 million or something.
Okay, wait. So let's give an update real quick on the SEC case. So I'm not seeing anything about the SEC case being resolved. I'm seeing that the Ripple CTO, all the evidence suggests XRP and Bitcoin are similar, contrary to SEC. And I don't see anything about the case actually being resolved. So I don't know where all of this information is coming from, but I don't see anything to corroborate what you're saying.
Spirit Bear, XRP gang. Here we go.
If you came here to get,
they announced that Engine Coin is going to be on Coinbase.
And
that's another one I'm going to get back into because I was in that for a little while.
Yeah.
I sold it when I made a little bit on it, and I was waiting for it to dip back down. So it's at a decent price now. Before it starts kicking up again.
That's a good token. That's a good token. That's a good token. Look, NFTs in gaming and being able to transfer assets in game from player to player is huge. I mean, the guys think of Diablo. Is anybody out there that's listening to the show? Like, did you guys play Diablo 2 and see this huge market for selling these game items? And the same during Diablo 3, Blizzard had their real money auction house in the game, and of course we know that was just a disaster. And it seemed like they built the whole game around that as a sort of pulling money from the player base.
Right. We like Engine. That's a great coin. I mean, we like this whole gaming market. Just be careful that the NFT market is in a bubble and it may burst on us.
I think gaming NFTs is a more near-term use case because there is a need for that. There is a need to reliably transfer in-game assets, and as we know, the gaming market is huge and growing. So, I think it has great value. If it actually works and I can use Engine Coin today to transfer assets in game, I'm interested.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just want to give you an update. At the beginning of our podcast, I said that I took a position in WIN, the Wink token.
I legit just bought some. During this show, I'm not even kidding. I bought a small position in Wink, and I want to see.
My position, I just sold. My bot just sold it for me. I got a nice little profit today, and I'm happy with that. And I'm going to keep it going. So, and that was a token that I heard more about here on the show through some guys invested from the UK. IMS, I don't know if he's listening. Andrew Hunt, they were pretty key on WIN. Got my antennas up, started doing some research on it, took a position, and lo and behold, made some money. So, our conversations here, Mike, Talk.Crypto, has actually led to more money in my pocket. So thank you to our listeners for participating and helping in this whole area of all of us making money, and hopefully all of us making money together.
It's a win. It's a win for everybody. If we can pull more listeners to this show, and if you have a friend that's into crypto, be sure to share the show with him, and have him or her come and submit responses on our show. It definitely adds value for the listeners. And be sure to give us a follow so you guys get alerted when we go live. We're doing this a little bit off of when we would normally do the show. We do them 9 a.m. Eastern daily. So you guys can always pop in and submit your listener responses. And hey, we're fully willing to hear out any conversation, any any argument from any of our listeners. So we think it makes it fun, and we hope you guys continue to tune in.
Definitely. Moving on, Burger Dog's got some things to say. I would put money on it that it's on XRP. Burger Dog, what's on your mind?
Well, hey, maybe if you guys are lucky and you have your digital coffee cups out, I'll drop some digital XRP in there as when you're begging for change because you bought into a Chinese communist killing shitcoin.
What are you talking about? Begging for change? We're providing free content. So we've never asked any of our listeners for anything. And actually, we had one of our listeners send a message to Noah saying like, "Hey, we love your show because you guys don't ask for anything." So, that's our stance currently right now. We look, some of these other stereo shows, they're asking for subscriptions.
Well, Mike, let's not get into that. But listen, I think that I think that we will always keep our show open so people can freely discuss content. And that's not because we're so altruistic and we want it's not because we're altruistic. It's simply because the group meant the community. We want to grow as a community. We want, like I just said, we had some guys recommend some coins that I made some money off of. I can't do this if I'm limiting my listener base to just my subscribers. We appreciate it we would appreciate it if you subscribe, but by no means is it going to limit the content that you get from us or the research that we do. Our Discord, our Discord is open. It's free and open. You can get an invite from either one of us clicking on our heads. We put all of our videos on YouTube, and I take it a step further. You can actually make money by watching our videos if you do it on AIOZ.tube, a decentralized content delivery network. So, if you want to make money learning, you could do that on AIOZ. We're not asking for any money, but hey, if you want to drop us some XRP tokens, I'm not going to send them.
We will definitely take it. And we're definitely not going to beg for anybody to send us tokens. But if someone like yourself comes along and says, "Hey, I want somewhere to send XRP tokens," we'll happily set up an address so that you can send us that token. And hey,
Mike,
you know what?
Don't we have a wallet for Talk.Crypto?
Yeah. So like if that does appreciate, we will come back to you and we will send you our thanks and we will say, "Hey, look, we were wrong about XRP." So, that may happen. That may happen. I may end up holding a position in XRP. That I'm not ruling that. I would never rule that out.
Well. Let me say this. I may hold a position in XRP like I held a position in Doge, just because of the speculation of the market, and I'm a smart investor. I'm not going to hold a position in XRP because I necessarily believe in its utility, right? I would do it basically for the for the price action,
right?
So that there's two ways to invest, and I think you need to understand the utility of coins you invest in, and if the coin has no utility but has an XRP gang that likes to join in on all our stereo calls, then
hey, we love it. We love it because it gets up the interactivity in here, and people love it. People love to hear that back and forth conversation. So we're all for it. We'll keep taking them.
Spirit Bear, come on, brother. You had a good one before with Engine. Please don't bring us back to XRP. But what's on your mind, brother?
I saw a video where they were announcing it in Britain. I don't even think they're announcing it in the U.S. news yet because they're trying to keep it on the low or something. But I saw it literally through a British or Australian or something news announcement. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw what you meant, but I just think that they haven't really announced it in the U.S. yet because I don't think there's a date that Coinbase is coming out with that coin. There's not a solid date, and all of Coinbase's efforts right now, all of their attention and focus is on this NASDAQ filing on April 14th, and I don't think they want to take anything away from that.
Because I watch videos through this other website it goes through another country, but sometimes on the ads it has from other countries, and one of the ads was saying, XRP won this court battle, blah blah blah, and it was a legit news station. So Yeah.
XRP making headlines here on Talk.Crypto.
Yes, sir.
Mike, we got
Let's go.
some more calls from the XRP game, Burger Dog and the Humble Lion. I'm gonna take them as much as I'm reluctant to. I'm gonna take them because I appreciate
Let's
them
be honest,
listening.
no, we've had worse. Like if you're confirmed not a kid, which none of the people submitting responses are, we will happily play your messages. This is an open forum, and we intend to keep it that way.
I'm just busting your balls, guys. I like you guys. Everybody, these guys are pretty smart investors, man. And they don't ask for anything except for to check out their other shit. But thanks, guys. Yeah, having a good show, man. I appreciate it. And if that Spirit Bear guy's in here, I sent you a message on Instagram, dude. You want to read that and get back to me if you want to. If not, then fine. I'll go fuck myself.
Clap it up for Burger Dog.
Clap it up. Yo, thank you, Burger Dog, for listening to the show. Please send us a follow, and we'll shoot you on back so we can hear whenever you're on, because I'd love to hear what you have to say. Or just join our 9 a.m. calls. Just please don't make it all about XRP. Okay? We love
the banter, though. We're all about the banter.
But we are all about the banter. We do, like Mike said, we do calls every 9 a.m. weekdays, and where we discuss some altcoins. We discuss Bitcoin news, Bitcoin market analysis, and then we discuss a special project. And the special projects we're going to discuss for tomorrow and for this week are the different market segments of the blockchain industry, which I think is going to be really interesting for people to understand the whole blockchain industry as a whole, and why we keep saying that blockchain is growing 5 times faster than the internet, and that you need to start on Web 3.0 yesterday, not tomorrow, but yesterday. You need to get on Web 3.0. And I'm talking about the Brave browser, the AIOZ, what was that other streaming service, Mike? That another CDN.
And
Theta.
Contentos. Contentos is they're listed on Binance. Contentos.
Right. So, I mean, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, and every day we're going to talk a little bit more about the blockchain industry, which I think is imperative to really understanding this whole industry and where it's going. Let's keep going.
What'd be funny, Noah? Because I thought it was really funny that Burger Dog mentioned sending us XRP. It would be funny if we had our listeners send us token, even if it's a small amount, to a wallet, and then we just monitor and see which one has had the most gains since we received it. I think that'd be really funny. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be send us $1 worth, and we'll just see how it appreciates. I think it'd be really funny, and we could talk about it on the show.
Did you set up a wallet for us on Talk.Crypto?
Well, we need to make sure that we can accept any kind of token. So let's, we'll wait until we have a wallet where we can accept any token from any blockchain, and we'll provide that in the future.
Why wouldn't that be something like MetaMask?
Yeah, I mean that's right. We could set up a MetaMask. So we'll announce that in a future show. We will put that information perhaps somewhere in our links. So that we look. I think it's a great way for us to talk about tokens on the show. Is people just send us a small amount, and we just see okay, what's the appreciation since we received it, and then hey, maybe we'll talk about it on the show. Based on that, I think it'd be cool because Mike, go ahead.
When we first started this, right? It was us doing our research just between the two of us, and we said, "Hey, we're a group. We're getting all this research here. We got nowhere to put it. Let's put it on Discord." And then it was "Hey, we're talking for an hour or two a night. Let's put this on stereo." So this was never a means for us. Talk.Crypto was never a means for us to personally make money off the content we're providing. In fact, when we started this, Mike, which is about a month ago, we said that anything we make from Talk.Crypto would then be invested and transparent, so other people can see what we as an organization are investing in. And right. I think we haven't really monetized our platforms yet. We're putting videos out. Actually, we made some money off of AIOZ. Nothing to write home to mom about.
I mean, it's pennies. It's pennies.
Yeah. Well, it's hundreds of pennies. I mean, we're up to like $15.
We're in this for the knowledge economy as it stands right now, and these back and forths are great. To have this kind of open forum, and we want to continue to have that. This is a show for the listeners. And like I said, just having a wallet where you guys can send us like a little bit and we would talk about that currency on the show. I think that's a great avenue for us to provide value to the listeners, and give them something fun to keep up with.
In that wallet, Mike, needs to go the revenues we bring in from YouTube, the revenues we bring in from AIOZ,
Right. Hey, you know what? That would be funny. Yeah. That would be funny if we made that like publicly available, like everybody knew how much money we were making from like all our revenue sources. That would be.
That's what I want to do.
If you guys like that idea, like clap it up, like us, like being fully transparent about like where we're getting our revenue from, like what type of tokens. And if you send us like a ton of XRP. Like XRP will be our biggest holding in our wallet.
Get out of here. I might just transfer that for some Bitcoin. No, I'm playing.
What if like any token that people sent us, we just like held it like forever, and then like like.
Well, yeah, something like that. But anyway,
I know that's like making you nervous.
Yeah, it's making me a little nervous. But that's exactly, we're going to get that wallet set up. And, we're not making a lot of money right now anyway off of our.
You guys, look, we're not like, it doesn't even matter how much you send us. Like, if you send us 1 cent and it goes up 1,000%, we'll talk about it on the show. Like, we don't care how much money it is.
All right, let's get to some of these calls here. Humble Lion, what's good, man?
Hey, if you don't believe in its utility, then you should do a little more research on it. Seriously, guys. So, thanks for the good show, man.
I was asking,
content and everybody's trying to get into this stuff. Listen to these guys. They got a lot of good advice, all right? But don't count out XRP because of what you've been told, because the media lies. Remember that. If you don't think they lie, look up Project Mockingbird. That's all I got to say.
I was just asking you because the burden of proof is on you. You're providing the positive claim and saying that XRP has value. So I'm just looking for a case, for XRP having utility. I get it that it's a payments network that's supposed to, take some market share from Swift, but like you're just kind of betting on people using that network, right? So I just want to hear what the utility is. So
Mike, when you ask what the utility is, you're specifically asking, what is the utility for you to hold XRP in your wallet? Is it a DAO? Right. Is it a decentralized autonomous organization where I can actually participate in the governance of the network? No, it's not. Can I stake it somewhere?
Right.
I haven't seen that yet.
For example, like some of these platform tokens in DeFi, like you'll get paid out the fees that like a percentage of the fees that the platform accrues. So like that would be considered utility as well. I just want to hear like what have Ripple Labs provided the XRP token with as far as utility? Because
otherwise it's just a stock of XRP, I
think there's a case to be made. Look, I have no affiliation with any government entity, but I think that if there's any token that the case can be made that's in the top, it's that one, because it's not decentralized and the token has no utility.
Right. So when you ask what utility does it have, you're specifically asking,
Sorry,
is it a governance token?
Let me rephrase that. I'm not going to make a positive claim and say that it has no utility, but I should say I want to know what the utility is, because I don't know what the utility is.
Fair enough. Spirit Bear, can you shed some light on us? I know you got that good spirit in you.
I'm not diehard XRP. I just heard about it recently, so I was thinking about getting into it. If you have information, please share it. I would like to know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it looks like the Humble Lion and Burger Dog are sharing some information today. Whether it's going to push the needle and I'm going to go buy some XRP, I don't know. Now, if I was looking at price action, I could have made some money last week if I bought XRP. So, I mean, there's that. But I could also make money if I would have invested in Tesla too.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at the chart of XRP, and that tells me everything that I need to know. So, I'm interested to see where it goes from here.
Hey man, I'm a one-trick pony, man. I know one thing. It's XRP, and that's it. I'm kind of ignorant to the whole thing, though. I listen to you guys for pointers on a lot of other stuff, though. But is this Burger Dog or is this the other guy? I have a split personality or a Siamese twin. I'm not sure yet.
That's right. Because I was like, dang, there's like two of these guys.
Right.
But I mean, look, like we go out and listen to. Yep.
The XRP gang is just one person with split personalities. Okay.
Hey, that's all good. I'm not even looking at the names. I'm just responding to what you're saying.
Definitely. Burger Dog, all beef. Both Mike and I are vegan. I hate to say it, but okay. Anyway, here we go. Burger Dog, what's good?
Oh, yeah. This is me. I wanted to say that last comment on this profile. Wink, wink. Or no, I didn't. That's a totally different guy. I don't know him. Bye.
Oh, my God.
Actually, I'm not betting on it being used. It's already being used in a lot of countries. Like, seriously. I'm being serious about that, guys.
Mike.
I mean, let's keep going. Bitcoin's used in a lot of countries too.
All right, where are we on here?
I transferred XRP into fiat currency and used my Uphold debit card while I was getting rung up at the cash register at the supermarket when I had a line of 10 people behind me, and no one complained. That's how fast it was.
Yeah, but I could do the same.
You know what? That's interesting. I actually, you know what? That would be an interesting thing to make a YouTube video on.
But Mike, I don't see the difference. I don't see the difference with me doing the exact same on my Binance exchange. I can take any coin I have on my Binance. I could sell it to my fiat, and my fiat, right? My Binance exchange is connected to my Bank of America account, which I have a debit card for. So what's the difference? Yes,
and also there's a Binance card as well. I was also going to bring up Solana. That's a token that we've been exploring, another layer 1 blockchain that we've been looking at, and in addition to Matic Network, and I think there's going to be a lot of other networks where I can do the exact same thing that Burger Dog was talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see that as being so unique in cryptocurrency that you're able to transfer your money to your wallet or to your fiat currency.
And
I can do that in a matter of seconds.
There's a lot like the gold rush where there's going to be a lot of fool's gold, and I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, this is fool's gold and this isn't, but there is going to be a lot of that, and just keep in mind that there's networks that are already doing things, right? Like Cardano is saying what they're going to do. They haven't released anything. We haven't seen it. We haven't played around with it. But you can go play around with Binance Smart Chain, Matic Network, Solana, which has Audius, which is like a Spotify replacement on their platform. So a lot of
another web 3.0 platform. So anyway, Mike, listen, I know we have a lot of calls. I'm going to tell you the majority of them are from Humble Lion and
let's give us a follow and jump in on the next show, because we'll definitely take more calls on the next show. Really pleased with how interactive you guys have been during this show. So definitely give us a follow. If you're looking for any crypto tutorials, go and check out our YouTube channel. I've been doing a lot of reviews of Binance Smart Chain stuff. If you guys have any recommendations of other chains that we should look at, next on our list is Matic Network. Transaction fees are pennies, apparently even lower than Binance Smart Chain, which is about 20-30 cents right now, and perhaps beyond that, Solana, Tron for gaming. We're really interested to see how all of these blockchains develop, and we'll keep you guys updated with the YouTube content.
So, Mike, we're going to sign off in a minute, but before we go, Burger Dog, I'll let you have the last word. So I'm not going to play all your messages now, but I'm going to play your last one. So I'll give you a few seconds to send in your last word, and we'll play that. If the Humble Lion wants to send in a final message to have his last word, we'll play that. So send those in now, and we'll get those on the air. But we do appreciate you guys being part of our discussion today. Tomorrow morning, we're back on stereo at 9 a.m. We're going to be doing our normal morning show, so definitely check those out. We got a message in from Ricardo. Final word from Ricardo. What's good?
What do you guys think of STX?
Yo, that would be a good. That would be a good one to start tomorrow.
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about stacks. We're going to, take a little bit of time, do a little bit of research. It's only honest that we do that, right? So check us out in the next show. You can always listen and play back the next show if you missed the live version. So yeah.
And we're gonna put that on. Look, that coin will be the first coin we cover tomorrow morning. We're gonna start the show like around 9:05. We're gonna let some music play in the beginning, so let people get in, and then we'll start off right away with STX. So definitely, Ricardo, tune in for that. I'm going to do some reading tonight. I might read their white paper, and so I'm actually a little bit more knowledgeable about STX tomorrow. Burger Dog, your final word. Please make it good. Please leave us off with something good tonight.
Okay, you're going to play my last message. Really what I'm trying to do is stir things up, make people ask questions, because people don't ask questions. They think this is very confusing, and it's not. Don't listen to their words, look at their actions, look at what all these big companies are doing with their money, and what are they selling, what are they buying. I want everybody to be successful. I don't like the globalists. They're against us. We're all in the same boat, no matter what economic category you fall into and whatever skin color you are. It's a two-tiered economic world is what they're trying to create. The very rich and the very poor. And guess what? We don't fit in one of those categories.
100%, brother. And that's what we're all about with this decentralization, is providing more fair models. And, beyond XRP, we want to, also educate our users, our listeners on stuff like Audience that is providing a more fair, paid model for artists, music artists. We think that's an avenue to get artists away from record deals, all these shady record deals, and make the space more competitive, because as you pointed out, a lot of these spaces are leveraged in the direction of the elites. They're the ones with the money, so they have to be catered to. And this is a system that can completely flip that on its head. So if you guys like what you're hearing, give us a follow and smash that fire button. Let's go.
Definitely, guys. Burger Dog and Humble Lion, we appreciate you guys being on the show today. Thanks for making this an interesting and exciting program where we got to go back and forth with you. Unfortunately, it was about XRP, which is, not our favorite
great.
altcoin.
It was a productive conversation. I'm going to say that much. And I appreciate the whole back and forth. I think it really added value for our listeners. So if you missed that, definitely go back and listen to it.
Definitely. So on that note, Mike, you want to tell them about our show tomorrow real quickly before we sign off, and our YouTube, AIOS. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. We got one before we go. Kane, a new listener in the show. What's good, Kane? What's on your mind?
Hey guys, how's it going? Just wanted to check in, let you know I'm listening. You guys are never going to believe this, and I have trouble believing it myself, but my stepsister, she just got done sucking my dick.
Oh!
Whoa.
Kane, come on, man.
That's how you get muted, man. Whoa.
You can get kicked off this network for that kind of talk, man. We like stereo.
You got that
we like stereo.
Appreciate you guys, but we're going to wrap it up here and tune in for the next show where we're going to talk about STX stacks. Play the track.
Yo, I'm looking for the track, brother. I am actually looking for the track. So if you could keep it going for a minute while I find this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this is our out song going on right now. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Got 20 listeners right now.
Play the goddamn track. What are you doing, Noah? What are you doing? Play that shit. This has been Talk.Crypto, your no filler, no nonsense source for all crypto information. Thanks for tuning into this station.
Come on, Mike, drop the beat.
You have been listening to Talk.Crypto, baby, the #1 stereo show on all things cryptocurrency, blockchain, decentralization, monetization, reorganization of existing systems, transferring the wealth away from the greedy hands into the real people that are doing the real work. Let's go, people. Clap it up. Tune in every day at 9 a.m. And make sure to get in that show first to hear about our token of the day. Followed by Bitcoin news, price analysis, XRP paralysis.
All right, Mike, I'll talk to you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Our listeners, give us a follow, and we'll see you back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Have a good night.
Peace.